right, good morning and welcome back. Today we are going to talk about our two types of special right triangles. Again, we're going to kind of try to review 45, 45, 90 triangles and also 30, 60, 90 triangles. Now, if you haven't watched the videos on each of these individually, you probably should pause the video, go back and do that. First, to refresh our memory, we have the 45, 45, 90 triangle. Two of the legs are the same, which means it's an isosceles triangle. And the square root of 2 is what the hypotenuse is. Then the other type of triangle we have here, a scalene triangle. They're both right triangles, but this one's a 30, 60, 90 triangle. And across from the 30, the short leg is 1. The hypotenuse across from 90 is 2. And across from 60, that long leg is square root of 3. Now, both of these are our templates. You're only going to use one or the other depending on what the problem is. So like if we look at this first one, it has a 45 here. Now there's an angle missing, but we know if it's 90 and 45, that means this other angle is also 45. So this is going to be for the 45, 45, 90 triangle. So I don't care if we solve for x or y, we know those will be the same value because it is an isosceles triangle. So 8 over x. Now 8 is across from the right angle. So give me a second. I'm going to grab a drink. So that 8 is across from the right angle. So we go up here to our template, across from the right angle, square root of 2. So I'll put that on top. Meanwhile, the x is across from a 45. So it's one of the legs. We put a 1 there. And now that we have a proportion set up, we can cross multiply. So we cross multiply. We'll get square root of 2x equals 8. Now from here, we'll want to divide by square root of 2, divide by square root of 2. This will cause the square root of 2's to cancel. Now, the only thing is we can't have a square root of 2 on the bottom. We got to rationalize the denominator. So we do that. We get 8 square root of 2 over 2. And hopefully you know that 2 goes into 2 one time. It goes into 8 4 times. We're left with x equals 4 square root of 2. We also know then that y would equal 4 square root of 2. And we are done. Now the second one, when we solve this, there's a 30, there's a 60, there's a 90. So it's clearly going to match up with this one. It's up to you if you find x or y first. I don't care. You just got to be consistent in how you solve it. So y over 13. If I do that, y is across from the right angle. So across from the right angle would be a 2. We'll put that on top, 2. Now, across from the 13 is across from 30. So we go to the 30. Across from that is a 1. So I put the 1 on the bottom. We cross multiply. Y times 1 is y. 2 times 13 gives us 26. Now, to find what x is, same process. We can solve x over 13. Now, the x across from the 60. So we look at our template. Across from the 60 is a square root of 3. The 13 is across from the 30 still. Across from the 30 is a 1. So once again, 13 over and the 1. Just like on the last one, they were paired up. Now we cross multiply. And we get x equals 13 square root of 3. All right, so a couple more we want to look at. Number 3, this time we've got a 12 here. It's across from this blank spot, but hopefully you remember if there's a 30 and a 90, we know this has to be a 60. So if I do 12 over b, over here, the 12 is across from 60, so that goes with the square root of 3. The b is across from 30, so that goes with the 1. We cross multiply, we get square root of 3b equals 1 times 12, which is 12. We divide. Now, once again, we can't have a square root on the bottom. These will cancel, but we got to get rid of that. So we get 12 square root of 3 over 3. And from here, we can cancel. So 3 goes into 3 one time. It goes into 12 4 times. And our final answer for B is 4 square root of 3. Okay, now we're almost done. We got to find A also. So if I know that this is 4 square root of 3, I can solve A over 4 square root of 3. A is the hypotenuse, so that's 2. 4 square root of 3 is still 1. So we multiply. A equals 2 times 4 there, gives us 8 square root of 3. All right, number 4. I'm just going to keep moving. Okay, number 4. First, identify 45, so we know it's a 45, 45, 90 triangle. X and Y have to be the same. They're the two legs, so all we got to do is solve. So 14 square root of 2 over X, that will equal square root of 2 over 1. That's the hypotenuse over our leg from the original. We cross multiply. Square root of 2x equals 14 square root of 2. We divide. Those cancel. We're left with x equals 14, which also means that y is going to equal 14. All right, 2 more left that I'm going to go over. So if we look at this next one, once again, 45, 45, 90 triangle. Now, if this is 18, we know that y is also 18. So over here, I'll just put y equals 18. Now, if I do x over 18, the x has to go with the square root of 2 because it's the hypotenuse. The 18 is the leg, so we put a 1. We cross multiply. X equals 18 square root of 2. And we are done. Pretty easy. Okay, the final one here, number 6. So on this one, there's again a blank spot, but I know it's a 30, as we already have a 60 and a 90. 30, 60, 90 triangle. Now we've got a 16. So if I put y over 16, y is across from 30. So we go to our template. Across from 30 is a 1. 16 is across from 90. So in our template, we get a 2. Now when I talk about our template, I mean these two. If you don't have these handy, be sure to write them in your notes. Take a picture of them. You always need to refer to these when dealing with 30, 60, 90 triangle or 45, 45, 90. So we cross multiply. We're going to get 2y equals 16. We divide by 2, we get y equals 8. Now to finish it out, the last one, x divided by 8 equals, we know the x is across from 60, so square root of 3 over 1. We cross multiply, we get x to equal 8 square root of 3. So if you're still stumped, please let me know. Reach out, send me an email. Don't wait till I see you again. Communicate with me. Let me know if you need help. So go ahead, finish up the Delta math assignment from both Monday and Tuesday. There's nothing new for Wednesday, but please get those done. Hope you guys have a great day.